please welcome on stage the CEO and MD of Systems Limited, Asif Peer.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. Governor Saab, Mr. Jameel Ahmed, thank you for being here and having a wonderful speech and setting the tone for this event. Thank you very much. We're grateful. Leading bank CEOs and CXOs and my dear colleagues and the industry leaders, thank you for coming over here. And we are really grateful that your participation means a lot. And that's why we are here. And that's what our purpose is. Like, we should have some take-home value for everyone, that once we come out of this room, we should have some take-home value that you can go back to your banks and to your teams and implement something which makes us to the next level in the digital and AI space. So I will just recap what we were talking about last year. So I've summed up my last year's talk into a few points. So we start from where we left off, right? So I think we started with shifting from digital to intelligent banking. I think I've set the tone that it's not like just digitizing your business processes, how you rethink everything and you in the age of AI and data. And that's what intelligent banking is all about, when you rethink your entire operating model, not just digitizing the business process. We talk about execution built on a scalable core. What does it mean? We set up the tone that you need to have an infrastructure, cloud, data, modernization, which you can scale to the next level. So intelligent automation was the key pillar for that point. AI is a force multiplier. We were saying that now Gen AI at last year and AI, it is going to be at inflection point. And if you remember, I have used one terminology that every organization should have UI for AI, like Microsoft has Copilot for their UI for AI. And that was a major differentiation we talked about. That what is a force multiplier, right? And that's what it was, that every bank needs to be there. Operational transformation, it's not like you just transform and fragment, you transform the entire business process from risk management to customer experience, and anything comes in between. You transform your operational intelligence. So that was we talked about. And cultural and ethical readiness is the key, that where we talk about that AI talented workforce who are responsible, ethical, because as we all know, everything can be delegated, but ethics can't be delegated, right? So we would think about AI literate workforce at that point. So these were the 5 key pillars for the last. So I will build upon all of these 5 points where we left off last year. So I just wanted to have a recap. So I think that if you read that, banking is at an inflection point. AI is no longer a future bet. It is a present imperative. The question isn't about adopting AI, but how we do it responsibly, securely, and at a scale. What is missing is scaling. I think you will hear and throughout my presentation, like moving away from proof of concepts to proof of impact. So moving away from proof of concept to proof of impact is the key. And that's what AI is as a present imperative. That's what I meant. There is one new terminology that is coined, and there was a latest report in October of 2025. They call AI diffusion index. This is the AI diffusion index. What does it mean? That how the public sector, the nations, the workforce, and the corporate world is using AI today, that determines the AI diffusion index. And guess what? Who is the first in that highest AI diffusion index? None other than UAE. UAE AI diffusion index is 59.6%. The second is Singapore, which is 58.6%, We are in Pakistan as 9.8%. So you can see a vast difference and the gap to cover. So that is huge opportunity and challenge both at the same time. The another research has been published recently, last month only, that, of course, we all know that it's not like uncommon. Like AI has broken all the records for human history that what we have seen. In less than 3 years, we have over 1 billion users. And 40% of West has adopted AI. So AI is not a pipe dream. We just think AI is a bubble. It's not like that. If you read any hyperscalers' annual report, annual earning reports, they have been promising to double their data center space in 2 years. If they are betting and doubling their data is whatever they have today in 2 years, just imagine they can't invest that kind of a money in a bubble, right? So it's not a bubble. We should not think about it. As I said, like adoption rate for AI is faster than smartphones, internet, cloud, anything, radio, whatever it came so far. So less than 3 years, over 1 billion. So adoptability is there. So user adoption, I want to build that because sometimes you think it's a bubble, what is going to happen, but it's not like that. It's a reality. Trillions of dollars are being invested in this space, and whoever just missed that opportunity will probably no longer exist or maybe lose a huge competitive and differential advantage. So AI now, just to build upon it, what is AI-infused banking redefining the future, right? So your business blueprint is changing. Whether we accept it or not, our business blueprint is changing. It's not like you take any operations and automate it in silos. AI is redefining your DNA. It should be in organizational's DNA. So it's not about like just doing in fragmentation. Should be the organization DNA. Otherwise, it's tough to compete. AI must be horizontal. What I mean by that, it's not like just you automate process. It needs to be, you have to rewire your culture. You have to rewrite your roles. You have to make sure that every business function, every workflow, every transaction, so AI is everywhere. So if somebody asks me today, what is your budget for AI spend? You just have to have a simple answer. I can't have the budget because AI is everywhere and anywhere that is required. And that's what your thinking needs to change. The third is this is transformation, not tooling. You can't just put tool on top of and just say that we have done the AI. It's the entire rethinking of your operations, rethinking of your business model. And that's what transformation from end-to-end transformation, I will explain the string of pearl approach at the end. And that's what we all need to think. What is a string of pearl approach? Transformation requires thoughtful orchestration. So it's a human and AI collaboration, that how you can make sure in today's world that AI and human intelligence combine together so you can have a judgmental interrogation, you can have intelligent interrogation, and you can take a huge advantage of this robust technology which exists here. So next I will move to, so I think, of course, every new things come up with a lot of challenges as well. Like we are talking about at one end, impossible of possible and possibility of AI and innovation and things are coming. On the other hand, we see there are certain challenges like you guys be facing for talent shortage, right? AI talent. I think 80% of the 80%, this is the IDC research, 80% of the bank CEOs in Europe and America said that we have a shortage of AI digital talent. So this is one key challenge, of course. 12% of the firms, again, global research says, they are just taking AI as you think that you put a governance on top of it and everything will be taken care of. It's a zero trust architecture. So responsible AI with the governance, proper governance, transparency, explainability needs to be there. So that is another big challenge. Only 12% companies are complying and rest of them having a challenge. 91% of the companies are saying that customers asking for digital first experience like they expect from technical companies, e-commerce companies. So their expectation, this is a new baseline. Like what we tell in our world, today's 140% is a new 100%. That is the key term that is everybody is using. The new 100% is 140%. So that is the mindset shift. And this is the demand. This is your customer needs, that you should perform like a tech company. So your user interface needs to be, and this is 91% of the foreign banks are saying that. So almost half of the banks are saying that legacy system is a huge challenge, because if you don't have the core modernized, and if you don't have a composable architecture, which is driven by APIs and which is driven by services, which is driven by modern core cloud computing architecture, you do whatever you want to do. As I said, AI is not just a tooling on top of it. Yeah, you can have tools on top of it and you can just have a patchwork, but your foundation is not rewritten. So that is the key. That is the key. And it's more than 50% of the banks. So 73% of the banks are saying the cyber threats and security, because when AI comes, of course, it is introducing a lot of data. You have tons of data, you have customers. There's this customer data and their data is your data, and you need to make sure their customer is trusting you, and you have to take all of these things into control. You do disruption, you do innovation, but not at a customer risk, because customer trusts you. So that is 73% banks having this challenge. So now 65% of banks are saying that it's a fragmentation of data. What does it mean? Data sits in silos. One payment system has this, one AA is this, one is core banking is there, and these three systems don't talk to each other sometimes. And when it's a silos data, then you can't take a full advantage of either data insights or AI. It doesn't work. So this is like the research which says harnessing data for AI efficiency is the key. So 65% banks are still struggling. What does it mean for us? Huge opportunity. For system integrators, it's a huge opportunity to address all, because when there is a challenge, there is an opportunity, right? There is an opportunity for the bankers sitting here to rethink your operating model, not just fix the basics, but rethink the entire operating model, rethink your roles, rewrite your culture, and bring innovation into your daily task force. And of course, for us, it's a huge opportunity as well to fix all of this and help you and partner and make sure that every bank in the world has this kind of a capability to address this change. So now there's a new term which is Microsoft is using very regularly, right? Becoming frontier. What is the frontier banking definition, right? That is the key. That is again a new term which is recently being used, becoming frontier. So I will just say what is frontier means first. So let's understand what is frontier banks are, right? First, frontier banks, it's not a divide. It's not a divide between digital and non-digital banks anymore. It's not a divide between digital and non-digital banks. It's a divide that how you can move away from it's a differentiation between moving away from experimenting with technology and infusing the operational intelligence into your DNA. So, as I said, from proof of concept to proof of impact. That is the tagline. That the frontier banks are those banks who move away from POCs to proof of impact, and they create the larger impact by moving from this side to this side. So now, you like frontier, if you are you behind or becoming a frontier or a frontier bank already? That is the definition. AI sits in a silo, as I said. Like, okay, there is an AI division, chief AI officer or whatever you name it, and he's just doing data in isolation, AI in isolation, versus embedded horizontally, that every business function, every workflow, every task, AI is infused, and operational intelligence is infused in it. So that's what differentiates you from, are you ahead or you are just sitting in silos? Pilots running across the enterprises, like what people are doing these days. Okay, please, do you have any use case? Can we implement 2 use cases? Can we do pilots? Can we do POC? They are missing scaling beyond the pilot. How you can scale and how AI agents can be productionized it, and how you can scale it, and how you can get an ROI out of it. That is, value realization is missing. Day to day is not significantly different. Workforce redesigning. I think, as I said, AI literate talent. It's not about technology, that it's not about IT only, that you need few data scientists and so on and so forth, and you just have AI division. It's a cultural shift that every business user, every operational user, every branch user needs to be AI literate. Because if they don't accept the change, then AI is not going to work. CIOs can have so many tools on top of it, but if the culture of adoption is not there, how you are going to use that? That is, again, workflow redesigning is a frontier. Operation is stuck in time, operation transformed. Of course, again, end-to-end transformation. Don't think in fragments, please. This is the key motivation. Like, don't think in fragments. Think end-to-end. Think end-to-end. And I'll explain at the end, as I said, a string of pearls approach. AI without integration is like innovation without purpose. You can innovate, but there is no purpose, right? So you need to, in today's world, it is very important that whenever your CIO, if your CEO comes to you, what is an ROI for this use case? Why we are doing this? This question, what is my value realization model? How it is going to create an impact? These are the basic questions that creates a lot of business impact. So business impact is must for any technology investments that you do, whether it's in a core banking, whether it's in a cloud, whether it's in a data, whether it's an integration. This is important, right? The clear business impact that you define from day one, not afterwards, after implementing, okay, we have done this, now let's do what is an ROI. It doesn't work that way. It works the other way. Okay, so we will now move to what does it mean now? Like, how you judge where you are? What is your success framework? And this is the key. If you are a frontier bank, where you are, and what is your success framework? Of course, if you can't enrich your employee experience, if they are in the branch and they don't have the tools, then how can you expect them to be efficient? How are you doing the hyper-personalization? It's impossible, right? How you are augmenting end-to-end workflows. So enrich employee experience is the key principle. The second is reinvent customer engagement. Again, you are doing a B2B, B2C, you are connecting with Gen Zs, any person on the earth. As I said, it's not a divide between digital and non-digital anymore. It's about your operational intelligence. So are you hyper-personalization, doing customer experience, what your team does, how you are using AI? So this is measurement of your success framework. Reshaping business processes. Again, rethinking, rewiring the entire business process. Please, again, I will instruct, don't think in fragments. So if you want to get an efficiency, cost savings, efficiency gains, you have to rethink the entire value chain. Bend the curve on innovation. I think that is the key principle. Are using AI to reimagine your business model and products. And it's not just for the banks, because somebody will come and disrupt. Some fintech will come and disrupt. As the state bank governor said, there are 6 EMI licenses given. There are digital banks, 2 digital banks are operational. So agility, nimbleness, execution is the key. You can have a big teams, but if you can't execute on the bend, on the curve of innovation, I think that is a huge opportunity loss. So I think these four gives you the success framework. That's if you go back and put yourself into this metrics, I think you will find a lot of opportunities, a lot of journeys that you can reshape and become a frontier bank versus traditional legacy banks. So so we pivoted from last year, intelligent banking to frontier banking, right? So this is a pivot. Next. Okay, so I think this is again a very latest report. AI-enabled transformation, redefining speed, scale, and service. So 87% of the financial leaders like you are confident they will use the AI agent to expand workforce capacity. So this is the real October data. 70% of US banks have adopted AI and achieved cost savings. It's factual data. 68% of the banks now view regulation as an enabler of innovation in AI. So regulation is, of course, central bank gives you the regulation, but how you can do it. So this is already an adoption rate of more than 70% in all three categories. So now it's a very interesting concept when I'm talking about all of this. Now companies are designing their income statement in a different way, right? Now digital labor is a distinct investment as well, like you do infrastructure cost. But now digital labor outside of IT budget highlights its unique and transformative value. So now people are coming up with, like, what is my digital labor cost? Because digital labor is not free. Copilot is not free. You have to pay for it. There is a consume, there is a compute, there is a lot of requirements. So agent hours deployed versus manual hours. So these are the KPIs people are coming up. It is such an important concept. The slides highlight that people have started. When you start accounting for different things at a different time, it shows there is an impact. And you have to think your digital colleagues in a different way. And there is an impact, right? So all of these KPIs are the new KPIs that you need to put in your banking system where you can make sure that you get a lot of value out of it. So I think there is a future of AI in banking. This is one slide that sum up all the areas that what you guys are used to. Retail, seamless AI personalization. Like in retail world, when your retail customers walk in, then doesn't needs to be a digital divide. It's a seamless AI experience. When you go to a corporate world, it's end-to-end AI digitization. Again, not in fragments, end-to-end. Think about the process, end-to-end digitization. When we talk about small businesses, holistic AI-based financial management, small businesses have different needs. So you need to have different processes for them. Lending, instant digitized advisory. When somebody walks into the branch, there is a AI advisor who can predict through data and AI and approve or disapprove the loan or lending, right? That's what the concept of instant digitized advisory. Digitized branches, you guys are already doing it, but there needs to be it's not just putting an app on a digital branching, it's an entire physical and digital merge that needs to happen in the branches. Contact center is a huge opportunity. Proactive empathy is a big word. Proactive empathy, like there is a lot of investment going on contact center because you really can answer, the AI can answer a lot of questions based on your organization knowledge. Human agent can do a lot of work and reduce your traffic, reduce your cost, and on top of it, consistent customer experience because it's not like agent to agent variation. So this is the key that is happening. And the financial crime, I think central bank governor is there, of course. This is a proactive. How can AI help you? Proactive financial crime prevention is the key. It's not when crime happens and then you have tools and technology. It's the proactiveness that is the key. And then the data, payments and the core, data and AI payment, there is a lot of opportunity as we have now payment gateways and so on and so forth that in central bank has announced. So it's a lot of opportunities for all of us to do. So this is if you look at it, this is the traditional execution model of the bank. Human sits in the middle, human controls all of these things, right? This is the traditional. What is the new model? It's the future execution model is where humans supervise and your digital colleagues and AI agents perform autonomous workflows. That is the concept, that how you can move from human to human supervised. As I said, there is a human and AI infusion. It's not like AI can work in silo as well. So this is the future execution model with LLMs, spreadsheets, email, chat, autonomous workflows. So that is very important, thoughtful execution, right? So now what banking leaders must do in this room, right? There needs to be a call of action, right? From what I just said. Define your success metrics. As I said, defining the KPIs and the value realization model, align GenAI goal with business outcomes. Don't do just POCs. Please, don't say that I need the use case. Give me the use case. And I have a checklist that, okay, I am AI-enabled bank. Your operational intelligence needs to be part of it. Build strategic partnerships. Leverage cloud and fintech experience, open banking APIs, and you need to partner with the companies who has the talent to implement. Yes, you can do everything as a bankers, but you become an experts in your domain and let technologists do their job to enable you and take you to the next level. So building a strategic partnership and collaboration is the key principle here, right? If you don't do it, of course, in silo, you can do too much, but you can't do everything, right? Upskill workforce, as I have been saying, that if you don't upskill your entire workforce, please don't take this that, okay, I need to have my IT team only needs to understand the AI and AI model. Its entire workforce needs to be rewired, rethink your workforce into a different way. So now this is the phase transformation roadmap for all of you. Now, phase one is, of course, boosting productivity through AI assistants, right? You have AI assistants. This is the easy use case. Everybody is doing it. You can have ask AI and ask this and ask that, and it's there. So that is the first level of productivity. The second phase is your digital colleagues. That's what I'm. AI agents are your digital colleagues. As I said in your financial statements, if it comes to your digital colleagues, how you can use your digital colleagues with human supervised humans, right? With the human strategy. So human strategy, digital agent, how they can work. The third phase is autonomous system scaling innovation, where your autonomous agents work across multiple systems, multiple workflows, and work independently and work at a scale, and then automate the entire thing. And then that's where you can scale the entire end-to-end process. So these are the three phases that you need to go back with. And I'm sure everybody has achieved phase one. There are a few organizations in phase two, and there may be few in phase three, but not end-to-end. So there is an opportunity for everyone in every phase, and defining these roadmap as well as what banking leader must do with the KPIs is the key. My last point is this slide, which is we call it AI, a string of pearls approach to transformation. What does it mean? Enterprise can unlock a true value when they think business processes as interconnected. That output of fraud detection go to credit scoring goes to personalized lending, and then customer segmentation and wealth management and end-to-end regulatory compliance. So when you have interconnectedness, when you are not thinking in fragments, you are thinking end-to-end business rewiring, business processes, then you get efficiency, you get innovation, you get cost savings, and you are at the bend of curve of innovation, that's what we talk about. So I think this is really important. So if we go out of this and just think a string of pearls transformation approach with what we just said, so I would like to say that there is a humongous opportunity for all of you. I think about the collaborative power, think about the technology, thinking about the talent, thinking about partnerships, thinking about what we can do best and how we can collaborate and think and stitch the entire thing versus one thing. So I hope there is some take-home value. Thank you very much. Really delighted to be here. Thank you.